Hello, you guys. So I came here today into the forest to really what I wanted to do is to just recharge and decharge, ground myself, and release all the energies that were crazy in the past few weeks. And I don't know if you can relate to this, but this Mercury retrograde, if you believe in it, it was brutal in many ways. And I can sense this deep transformation going on inside of me, and maybe even in collective itself. But oh my god, this has chewed me up and spit me out, really. And the thing is that I have learned through my life to take everything that's happening in my life as a lesson. Anything that, even minor things, if I notice them, if I get the feeling from them, even if it's like a little sign, like a butterfly landing on you, for example, which happened as well, I try to understand everything. And what I mean by that, I try to understand these bigger things that are happening in my life. And once I ask the question, like, why is this happening? If I don't get it right away, I try to dig deeper inside of me. And then when I ask these questions, the signs show up as well. And it kind of explains to me even better, why do I need to have this that I'm having at the moment, really. So for example, I had this multiple times in the past, actually, this particular sign. So maybe you can relate to this as well. But going through these transformations, I usually see black moths. And I remember there was one that basically lived on my wall, and I was too afraid to remove it. So just let him sit there. It was years ago, but it was a time of a deep reflection, and I came out of that reflection a bit different, and it felt really heavy. That it was a time sort of like a winter sleep time, and it was super heavy. And then I checked what black moths mean, because there was just that one sitting around, and I was like, okay, let me just check it out. And what I found is that it means death and transformation. So generally death usually is just a new beginning, right? Like death in a metaphorical sense. It's like some old version of you dies in order for the new one to come in. So that has been happening as well these past few weeks, and I've seen many little signs as well. But at the same time, I had this deep feeling that something is sort of dying inside of me. This old version of me is definitely not coming with me to the next chapter, and I had to grieve it so deeply. And many things, even health issues, showed up. Many things that were sort of stagnant in the past, where I was still in the same level and just like moving the same direction. Now, as soon as the direction shifted, everything that was not supposed to come with me is just leaving, including my old self, which generally definitely feels like a little death. And this grief that you have to go through, it is important process as well in order to completely release. And what I like to do in moments like this is to come to nature and just sit on grass, touch grass, let the Mother Earth absorb everything that is no longer needed. Let Mother Earth hold me, hug me in a way, and hug trees, just connect to the nature. Because even if you don't really have any people to talk about what you're going through, you always have nature, you always have God. And I really like to see this as nature and earth is like a mother, and God is like this father in heavens, which doesn't make too much sense, because God, I see that he's everywhere in nature itself too. but it is like a big embrace, when you can lay down on the grass or sit down on the grass, look into the sky and be just completely, let yourself be completely supported and let everything go. Ground that energy, let the Mother Earth take what you no longer need. It's a funny thing because don't think that everyone can relate to it maybe, but I remember when I was little and I would have, I would eat a banana and have a peel or just generally from the candy, some kind of trash, and we would be outside, or not necessarily outside, but my mom was always, oh, give it to me. And she would always collect our trash basically, which, it's just a little connection for me, how I think about Mother Earth, and when you ground and when you send all that energy that you no longer need into the Mother Earth. And I always thought about it because I was doing this meditation where you sort of guided meditation where you've been guided through this process. The first initial thought to me was, but it's some kind of negativity that I carry inside. I don't want to send this, I don't want to give it to Mother Earth. It's like, why should she take my negative stuff, basically? But then when I remembered my mom always doing that, it kind of made me smile then. I was like, yes, well, of course, because it does nothing to Mother Earth. She's too big, she has too much to give back, and she just transmutes it, and sends something what you actually need back to you. So it's just a little analogy that maybe you can use. Maybe it would be helpful. Maybe you will get inspired to go and to be supported. I really truly do believe, and I really wish, and I want everyone, humans, to be so supportive of one another, for us to have this connection with one another. But it's a process as well. The beautiful thing about nature is that whenever you go, whenever you step into the nature, whenever you hug the tree, whenever you even look at the stars, it's automatically and naturally already there. We humans, we build these walls around us, and it makes it hard for us to connect to one another sometimes, but nature is always here for us, and we can learn from the nature and learn this feeling, how it is supposed to feel, maybe. So being held and being supported, as well as from the nature, but also God, because it's important not to forget how loved and supported we actually always are. In every moment, we just need to allow it and accept it. And another thing to add to all of this, if you're having trouble feeling that you are supported, well, just send this request into the universe and ask God and universe, the nature itself, if you will, for you to be able and to learn to see it, to accept it. Ask for help to accept it. Ask for help to actually receive and feel that love that everything around us actually have for us. And in the process, you will be filled with that love, and this love is going to radiate not only in the nature but also to other people. And hopefully that's how we can also let this new earth, new society be born. It's not going to be created through our mind, it's going to be created through our hearts and through connection. We need to come back to connection. We've been too separated for too long. It's time to come back to learn the connection, and I think the first steps that everybody can do is just remind yourself how connected we can actually be to the nature. You don't have to do absolutely anything, just go sit down on the ground, in the forest, anywhere, in the park if you city. You don't have to access to go to some wild nature. Anything that accessible to you, and feel it. Don't think. Just completely give into it and see how it feels. And this is, I absolutely believe, is possible to feel not only when you're in a specific location where it's easier, but when you're surrounded by other people. And surely many of us do have this experience when we're with our family, with close friends, people that we actually truly do admire and love. But I think we are going to go to the next level as a humanity. The next step of our evolution maybe is to find this connection with everyone, between every single one of us. And how we do it is find the connection inside of us first, the love for ourselves first, this divine love from God, to start feeling it in our hearts. This divinity that lives in every single one of us is going to be seen by you then. Even if somebody has many walls built around them and maybe have some negative patterns that are being shown to the world, and maybe somebody is hiding away from the world in this matter, they still have this divinity behind all of these walls. And the more you're going to feel that divinity inside of your own heart, the more you are going to be able to see through these walls. And that is going to heal not only you, but everyone around you. I actually did not know where I will be going with this message, but I think it flew through me right now, and I think it was needed to say. Well, thank you. Go touch some grass.